I'd like to give a brief introduction of who she is. Our trainer is in the name of Mrs. Victoria Abena Takyi. She has over a decade working experience in customer care and relations, telesales, direct sales, key account management, marketing and public relations, with 10 years experience in telecommunications industry, MTN Ghana, and 7 years in airline industry, Africa World Airlines. She joined Africa World Airlines in 2013 as a marketing officer in charge of travel agency and corporate sales. In the last 4 years, she has been serving as a sales and marketing manager of Africa World Airlines, focusing on business and product development, distribution channel sales, marketing, branding, and customer relations in West Africa and offline markets. She has an MBA in International Business Management and Supply Chain Management.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to our first virtual hangout.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so for our online etiquette, you kindly mute your speakers if you are not on the floor. Thank you very much. So as I was saying, she has an MBA in International Business Management and Supply Chain Management with IIBM Institute of Management, India, and BSc Marketing with Computing from Regent University College of Science and Technology, Ghana. IATA certificate in dynamic pricing and revenue management and airline leading practices and cost reduction strategies. She has a lot of awards and she's an entrepreneur. She's the founder, CEO of Awo Special Bread Bakery, founder, CEO, Awo Sheto, and founder, CEO, Women Aviators. So this is the lady who is going to train us today on sales and marketing for SMEs for 15 minutes before we delve deep into our panel discussions. Hello, Madam Awo.
Okay. So good afternoon and good afternoon to my fellow colleagues and those of us who have joined us today.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Right. So I would love to share some tidbits for those of us that are in the SM to work with, especially during this time and also post this time. As an entrepreneur, these are some of the things that I am also putting in place to reposition myself in the sector in which I operate. So I wouldn't want to bore you with a lot of the marketing and sales terminologies, but to make it very simple for all of us to appreciate. Okay. Right, so I would love to base this discussion on 7 points that I have jotted down for all of us to have a look at. So now, as an SME or an entrepreneur, most of us do not have that financial muscles that the bigger entities will have to be able to customers. Before COVID, let's say, you know your customers and their needs, their preferences, and how you are able to offer what they want for them. Now, during this COVID, a lot of customer preference, tastes have changed. That we all need to also make some adjustments to our customer profiles, in a sense that maybe before COVID, with your product, you did not need to maybe showcase how safe and in terms of service quality or how safe you are in coming out with your products, if especially those of us in the manufacturing or food processing sector. But now, during COVID, you will need to be able to drum down or highlight on your safety measures in processing your products. So knowing your customers at the moment, you know that there are certain other features that your customers, you know, have developed because of this situation. The other thing is you need to also drum down trust into your customers that, hey, I'm so reliable. I still observe a very high quality, you know, assurance in terms of processing my product or offering my product. So you can still come to me. The other thing that I will stress on is who has your customers at the moment? Who is serving the need of your customers? You need to fish out who has your customers, how they are serving them, for you to be able to up your game. There are times we say you do not need to reinvent the wheel. You just need to add value to be able to be different. So look through the market, who is serving your customers, who has them at the moment, and how can you win them back. Okay. Another thing is positioning on the market. As I said, because of this issue, there are lots of dynamics that have come in doing business. How are you positioning yourself? How accessible are you? Now, this is a time for those of us in the SMEs to invest in going digital. Social media is out there and it's doing a lot in this time. You may not have the expertise, but there are people out there very competitively priced that you can consult for them to put you on social media to also use that channel to survive. Because in this time, the first thing is survival. You need to do everything to survive. Then after, you can now roll out your other plans. You also need to plan to dominate. In planning to dominate, I also stress on going digital, having the digital exposure, you know, automate your process, your selling process. If I want to order on you, how easy it is, you know, how is your delivery like? Now we are even having fashion shows online. So what excuse do we have, especially those of us, you know, in that food processing or advisory services, aviation or hospitality, not to showcase ourselves online? We are having live concerts online. So the online channel is really, really booming. And this is a time for us to join in this movement if we are not there already. We seek for expert ideas. There are, as I said, affordable consultants out there who have really designed very good packages for SMEs. You know, we create your account for you, make sure they do very good marketing content for you, and you are out there, which is very important to survive as an SME around this time. This is not the time for you to do the above the line marketing, invest in billboards or invest in all other things. No, this is a time to invest in below the line marketing, be direct with your customers, know your targets that you're doing. Use social media and digitization a lot this time. Another thing that we have to look at, if your product or your service has been badly affected by this pandemic, there are a lot of untapped opportunities out there. I.e., even there are some of them that this pandemic has really unearthed for us to look at as an entrepreneur. So look around you. What else can I diversify? You know, diversification is very important around this time. Yes, you may have your mainstream business. But as I said, we are in the survival mode. So you need to do everything to survive. So look at how you can diversify to help you remain in business. Then another thing, those pricing and partnership. This is not a time as an SME unless you are dealing in extremely, let's say, necessity, product or service that if one do not have cannot survive or do not have a lot of competitors. Even at that, you still need to put in place to win your customers. So pricing now is very important. I will not advise anybody to price to lose, but if you can price and have about 20% or 10% profit margin, you are better off than pricing is so high to go for 50% profit margin or other. This is a time for you to go after customers or be able to maintain even the few that you have to help you survive. So we shouldn't price ourselves out of the market. Try to remain very competitive. Know your market, know what your competitors are doing, and always try to be different. Let's not price ourselves out of the market. Do combo offerings. For me, I bake bread and other pastries. Can I partner with somebody that is also producing juice or also producing breakfast? Can we partner so we have a combo, package out there? It will help all of us to still stay in business rather than also, offering your services in silos. I'm into tourism. Who can I partner with, to be able to make my service attractive? So I don't, I become more like a one-stop shop, yet very competitive and affordable comparing to your competitors. And then another thing, which is my 7th point. Now we're trying to cut down costs. We're trying to trim down resources. Look around you. There are times that we underestimate the human resource we have among our own family members, your children, staff from your home. Who can you incorporate into your business to be able to perform other tasks that you may ordinarily you'd have to employ somebody to come and do that job? Are your children at the point where they can be the one by the phone answering your calls or answering your emails or, helping you out there in your day-to-day operations? It will help you to also reduce costs and even, bring them up, incorporate them in your business to be able to survive. We need continuity, around this time. Invest in content marketing. It's very key. Invest in content marketing. There are professionals out there, marketing professionals or sales professionals out there that have packages to help the SMEs. You go on Facebook or on Instagram, they have a lot out there that you can approach them to be able to take you on this digital journey. Focus on what works for you. You focus on what works for you, but do not lose the sight of the changes we are all going through. Do not say that, okay, this is what works for me. It is fine to find, it is okay to find your niche, but don't lose sight of the changes around you. Otherwise, time will just pass you by and you will remain in your old ways of doing things. Now, also as the head of the company or as CEOs, there's a time to also be out there, host events, be part of the discussions that are out there. So you put your face on your brand. Post webinars, join discussion, join business groups that are in your sectors. Around this time, governments or NGOs are rolling out aids for SMEs that have been badly affected around this time. Make sure you join business groups that are within your sector, able to help you to survive. Liz, I don't know, I think it's my 15 minutes over. These are some few points to share. Hello.
Hello, Vic.
Yes.
Okay. So you have 3 minutes to conclude, and then we'll have 5 minutes for Q&A.
Okay. Right. So in conclusion, I would like to say that especially those we women, there are a lot of potentials that we have. Okay, there are lots of potentials that we have. You being the face of your company, as I said, be in business groups that are within your sector. There are a lot of aids and then helps that have been rolled out by NGOs, by government to be able to lift up women or entrepreneurs around this time. It is good to find yourself in there. Very key, as I said, people are now price sensitive. People are now price sensitive. So just be careful in pricing your goods. It's best to maintain your 10, 20 customers that you have now with the competitive pricing than just to, put about 50% margin and all those things on us at this time. You will price yourself out of the market. So it's best to be very considerate in pricing your product. Partner with other people that are in your supply chain that will add value to whatever service or product that you are offering. Partner with them to be able to give you that niche, add value to your product. Go on the digital journey, be part of the digital movement that is going on, because it has come to stay, and that is where we are all moving. I am in another women group for executive women network, and we're having a Zoom meeting today. We have one of our women that are into event management, and it was her issue, was a problem for her. How am I going to survive this time and post COVID? Because I organize big events, people will come for the events. How am I going to survive? Especially during the time that we had the lockdown. Now lockdown has been lifted in a way, but her event or her method of operating has seriously been affected. You need to now invest in other gadgets to make people feel that you are investing in safety. I am secured when I go to Lay's event management because all the PPEs are available. Or now she will have to even look at hosting the event online, going digital with some of the events. So there's a time we need to be part of the change. However, change in a way that will help you to survive. This time it is survivor period. You need to do everything to survive and keep your brand. Then after, all other things can be rolled on. So put in place things to survive. It's survival, survival, survival. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Victoria Abena Takyi. We'll now call for 5 questions, and then you can answer them. We just have 6 minutes for the Q&A before we delve into the panel discussion. So please, if you have any questions, just raise up your hand, and then you'll be called. Thank you.
And I would like to take it. My presentation was very clear.
Yes. But do you have any closing remarks for us?
Okay. My closing remarks, there are Liz.
Yes.
Yeah. As I said, I'm very happy when women come together to make statements to encourage ourselves. As I said, women, God has given us a gift. We are so gifted such that we're able to multitask, run our home, run our business, and even run other people's life. That is how talented we are. this is a time for us to showcase all those things. In my last presentation I did somewhere in another forum, I said, I am yet to see a school or a course that, let's say it's in engineering, in their classroom, there isn't a different syllabus for women, for men. We all learn the same thing in the class and we all take the same exams. So we shouldn't underestimate ourselves. We should always go out there, go for what we want, and be able to impact in our society. And I mean, with God, with our side, He is first. However, He has given us gifts to be able to dominate and be well at what we do. And this is a time for us to prove it as women.
Thank you. Thank you very much for such
Thank you,
powerful
Elizabeth.
words. Yes. So this is what Madam Takyi has left us with.